Hello and welcome to Houston Aikido Foundation's 30-minute trainer. Hopefully this will get you through the social distancing / quarantine life that we're living in right now. But I've got you covered from A to Z. Hopefully you've got some space out there, maybe even a nice plush carpeting or a mat that you can do some groundwork on. But today we're going to do a nice solid warm-up, go into some dynamic stretching, move into some body movement drills with Aikido, then move into some striking drills and some takedown drills, which we put together at the end for shadow boxing. And then finally finish off with some nice cool down stretching and a little bit of meditation just to finish us off and build into reflection before we're done for the day. "20 jumping jacks, 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups. At your own pace and range, you can go wide or you can go narrow. You can go with your knees. You can do any modification you need to. This is just a basic idea to get the blood flowing and get our bodies moving. Whatever core workout you want to do, totally okay. All right. Follow along as we do a top to bottom stretch and mobility section where we move and open up the range of motion before we start getting into our drills. We'll use some dynamic stretching and we'll use some mobility movements to get us where we need to go. Here we're going to use a little bit of bounce in our stretch and keep it to about a 20-second limit of time. We don't want to do too much stretching at the beginning and overstretch our legs and our bodies. We want it just enough to keep it loose and limber and ready for the exercises. At the end of the exercise and at the end of the 30-minute trainer is when we're going to slow it down and elongate those stretches and bring them down. Again, modify the stretches and the warm-ups to your capability, and that's totally okay. We all start at different points, and then once you get good, once you get better, you'll start moving into more longer, elongated positions, more full positions, and that's okay. So anyways, we finished with the warm-up. We're all nice and limber and ready to go. We're gonna go into the drills based on kind of the different ranges of martial arts that we practice here at Houston Aikido Foundation. So get ready. Next exercise is to plant both feet on the ground and lift your hips up and down. This is called a bridge lift. You can also start moving to the side and roll your shoulders sideways for a sides bridge lift. And then finally you can do a side bridge lift to a kick over. You want to drop your knee and let your hips come over all the way to the top, curling into a turtle shell, so to speak. Next one after that is a technical stand-up. Turning to one side using the hand to the floor and then the free hand on top to stop or push with the leg as well, bringing the leg back, swinging it backwards, and getting right up in a nice position. The next set of drills is rocking back and forth with your legs crossed together and rolling back, making curved, nice smooth curved motions with your back. Then we're going to move to rocking back and forth in 2 directions. So you're going to lean your body to one side and let your legs kick over. In the forward roll and backward roll exercise, be sure to keep your head from hitting the mat and try to use a curved body spine approach. In the last rolling drill, make sure to use your knees going all the way up and using the knee as the pivot point for the next leg.
have fun with it, get a great exercise. Then we'll add it in later to our shadow boxing, which is a perfect move-in position. Get right into a grappling technique, Aikido position from there. Thanks.
Make sure to lift the knee up before you snap the kick out and pivot on the ball of your foot that's on the ground.
Get the back kick, sets up your spinning back kick, which is a great defense from the back. So you can arrange those in multiple combinations, which you can do in shadow boxing once we get to the end of that. Down to the ground, okay? Enjoy. What I suggest is first think in a shadow boxing position as if someone's attacking you. Think in a defensive mode. So you're maybe blocking, right? You're keeping them from coming down. Maybe you're pivoting, moving down. Maybe you're doing some of your Aikido. So they're coming in here, you're coming in down with an arm lock, or you're coming around, boom, boom, swinging them around for Shihonage. Maybe they're grabbing you, right? You're grabbing you, boom, elbow, come down, do a technique. So imagination is a great tool while you're staying isolated at home. Think defensive position first. Maybe even think about when they're taking you to the ground, how you're going to deal with the ground position, how you're going to get out of it. And then we'll think on the offensive side is thinking as a good offensive attack, right? So now instead of the defensive position, you're on the attack. You're doing your strikes, boom, boom, boom. You're coming in, moving around, elbow. Forgot knees. Don't forget using your knees. And then mixing your combinations, boom, boom, gum, elbow, sprawling down, kneeing down on the ground. So think in an offensive manner, and then maybe put it all together, right? First you're defensive, trying to avoid getting hit. Maybe you're bringing them down. They keep coming up. So then finally, boom, 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 bring them down, all right? So put it all together, have a good imagination, visualize it, right? Visualize somebody coming to you. Visualize you coming to somebody, right? Think defensively, think offensively, put them together, offense and defense, right? Now it's just movement. It doesn't matter if it's defense or offense. It's just movement, yeah? So put it all together, have a good flow with it, be free with it, right? This is just imagination. This is you moving and expressing the way you want to express yourself. So add those elements together, start defensively, move to offense, put it all together, and you got shadow boxing. So that finishes a nice, good warm-up drills. And then at the very end, we finish off with a breathing exercise that can slowly turn into a nice, easy meditative exercise. So sitting on your knees, you can do it cross-legged if you want to. They call it, it's an enza, it's cross-legged. Either way, but then focus on your breathing. You can keep your eyes open, you can keep your eyes closed, whichever one you prefer, but the focus is inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, inhale through the nose. Just focus on your breath. So the initial breathing exercise turns into a meditative exercise because the idea is you'll just kind of bleed away the thinking, you know, you'll just be focused on your breathing. So it's a nice way to keep you guys sane, to keep your bodies moving, to keep you awake. But this is a great way. Practice this however many times you want. You know, once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. You can do this in your home. The floor exercises, if you have a nice carpet, just go nice and slow. Slow and low is okay. If you got some space, do it. If you don't, skip the floor stuff. Do the standing stuff. That's totally okay. So mix and match whatever you want. I think this is a great exercise. If you have the ability and space to do it, do the whole thing. I feel great. I've gotten all my full ranges of motion that I need, and I feel good. So these exercises are a great way to pull yourself out of your own head. Start thinking outward. Start thinking about other people. Stay connected with your families. Stay connected with yourself and your body and your mind and your spirit. Connect with the people that are near you, your families, your loved ones. Use your technology, right? We don't have to stay completely isolated or locked up in a room. You can always FaceTime, Zoom, text, call people, reach out to people, whether you need it or they need it. Go out and talk to people, and maybe meet up with some other people that want to do martial arts. Share a video conference and let's work this together. So maybe the next step, but I'll see how my students feel about that, and we'll go from there. But thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.